This is the 2012 Relay for Life Telethon on M6, your hometown station.
Welcome to Marysville High School's 2012 Relay for Life Telethon. Students and staff have hosted many events and fundraisers throughout the school year benefiting the American Cancer Society. Today marks the 6th annual Telethon produced live from our M6 studio. Our communication arts students have been working hard the past few weeks to produce another exciting show for you. We hope you enjoy the inspirational stories and musical talents of our students and community members.
You're watching M6, your hometown station, and this is the 2012 Relay for Life Telethon.
Hello everybody and welcome to the 2012 Marysville High School Relay for Life, coming to you live from the M6 studios here at Marysville High School. We have so much going on today at the high school that we do encourage you to come on down and take part in the festivities. There's Drive a Dodge down in the parking lot, or you could even enjoy the Taste Fest. And don't forget to bring the kids because there's plenty for the whole family. If you can't come in today though, be sure to donate to the number at the bottom of your screen now. All donations are greatly appreciated. Now let's send it over to Caitlin, Jesse, and Brooke to see what they'll be doing for the show today.
Thanks, Charlie. Today over here, we're going to be presenting some very special checks from people in the community.
And we will also be reading pledges that have been sent in and called in. Any donation helps. Back to you, Charlie.
That sounds great, girls. And like you said, all donations are greatly appreciated and every penny counts. Now let's send it over to Craig to see what he'll be doing for the show today.
Thank you, Charlie. Today I will be giving credit to many of the M6 sponsors because without them this program would not be possible. We truly owe them a huge debt of gratitude. Charlie, back to you.
You're so right, Craig. We cannot do it without our sponsors, and we do appreciate all of them very much. Now let's send it down to the Commons to see what they'll be doing for the show today.
Thanks, Charlie. Blake Sauer here in the Commons, and here in the Commons today we'll be interviewing people who are at each of the fun activities that are going around the telethon today. Katie's going to tell us about some of those fun activities.
Hi, I'm Katie Kelly. Today we've got tests, food tests, children's games, car washes, and Drive a Dodge. For this Drive a Dodge, be sure to come on down because every test drive, $20 is being donated. Back to you, Charlie.
Boy, all those events going on are really exciting, and be sure everybody to come down at some point today and take part in some of them. Now let's go to a beautiful selection by Mike Mercanton and Jenna Reed.
This is the 2012 Relay for Life Telethon on M6, your hometown station.
I'm walking in the desert and it's frightened my feet, but I'm alone. Careful of the people I meet, 'cause they might just be crazy. I met a boy and I thought he was a man. He tried to get me to come, dragging me by the hand. He thought if I disagreed, I didn't understand. He still makes me crazy. He still makes me crazy. Crazy as us, crazy does. We might be sane if we knew what that was. Crazy as us, crazy does. We might be sane if we knew what that was. I used to think that God would protect his own. But if that's not kept, then my faith is blown. I'm looking for some answers from this monk I know. Or he might just be crazy. Well, I wished on a star, but it did no good. And I wished on God and did the best I could. If I got an answer, wish I understood. 'Cause maybe I'm just crazy. Maybe I'm just crazy. Crazy as us, crazy does. We might be sane if we knew what that was. Crazy as us, crazy does. We might be sane if we knew what that was. Sure, it's always been this way. Where the kids and the poor have the help to pay, and the strong, the rich, the beautiful all look away. If I had any bootstraps, I'd start lifting today. But to me, that just seems crazy. To me, that just seems crazy. 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 Crazy.
Hope you're enjoying Relay for Life. Joining us is Jessica Sweihofer from the American Cancer Society.
Thanks for having me, Faith.
So our first question is, what is the goal or mission of the American Cancer Society?
Great question. The mission of the American Cancer Society is to help people stay well, get well, find cures, and fight back against cancer.
Nice. Okay, so what is your in particular role at the Cancer Society?
My official title is community representative, but in a nutshell, what I do is I recruit fabulous volunteers from around St. Clair County to help me plan events like Relay for Life and make them all that they can be the most successful, to get as much money raised, as many people involved. But my job is to get people there and trained and ready to go.
Okay, so is Relay for Life your biggest event this year, both planning-wise and money-wise?
It absolutely is. I actually have 3 events in St. Clair County, so it's a big part of what I do. And then there's only one other event locally that I'm a part of, so it is a big part of what I do for sure.
Okay, so what are the dates this year for Relay for Life at the mall?
The Greater Port Huron Relay is May 19th and 20th, and it starts at 9 a.m. on Saturday and goes until 9 a.m. on Sunday. It's 24 hours of fun.
Wow, that's crazy. Okay, I understand that St. Clair County has 2 other relays, and when and where are they located?
Perfect. There are 2. One is in KPEC, which is June 9th and 10th, which is a little earlier than it has been in the past. And then there's also one in East China, which is the 16th and 17th of June. And East China is at East China Township Park, and KPEC is at their high school stadium.
Cool. Okay, so why has the Birchwood Mall been the site for us for the past few years?
Well, a little bit of relay history locally is it's traveled a few times even through my tenure at the American Cancer Society, but we have a really great relationship with them all, and they always welcome us with open arms. We're right outside of the Yonkers wing across from Cheap Charlie's. We get a lot of exposure, so we get a lot of people who don't even know what relay is or what's going on that day stopping in because they can see all the excitement going on.
Okay, besides the Relay for Life, what are some other fundraisers that you take part in?
One of them is the Making Strides Against Breast Cancer Walk, which is coming up in October. I think later on in the program you have Mary Beth Sheldon, the chairperson of that event, coming to talk about what we do, but it's on October 13th, and it starts and ends at SC4, and it's a fabulous event. But is all the dollars raised for it just goes to breast cancer, where Relay goes to all cancers.
Okay, so does the money that we raise locally stay local?
It does. It stays in different programs and services that we offer through the American Cancer Society. We have Road to Recovery, Reach to Recovery, all sorts of really great, I could name them forever, but lots of great programs that happen. And some of the dollars are used nationally but come back and benefit us. Like research isn't necessarily done in St. Clair County, but certainly cancer survivors in St. Clair County benefit from those research dollars. And also we have a national 800 number and website that can be accessed from anywhere as well.
That's really cool. Okay, so besides research activities, can you give us a better understanding of how the money raised is used?
Sure. So I mentioned a little earlier about some programs and services that we have. Later on, you have Andrea Jones coming in and talking about our Road to Recovery program, which is a fantastic program that's new to St. Clair County, where we train volunteers in St. Clair County to drive cancer patients to their life-saving treatments. I'm really excited that it's coming to St. Clair County, so I'm sorry to steal Andrea's thunder. She'll tell you more about it later. But we also have a Look Good, Feel Better program, where while women are diagnosed with cancer, they lose their hair, their eyebrows, their eyelashes, and they receive a wonderful makeup kit that kind of shows them how to hide some of those treatment-related side effects from cancer. And it's absolutely free to the patient, and it's offered at both Port Huron and Mercy Hospital. They get a great makeup kit. They're taught how to use it. They're fit for wigs and turbans. It's just a fantastic program that's available to local cancer survivors.
Sounds like you're doing some great work. Okay, Jessica is going to be joining us later on in the show. Now let's get back to the relay.
The first symptoms I had was basically I had blood in the stool. I was tired often. I was running a lot. I was running a lot of races, and I noticed just exhausted running races. And then after that, I started having fevers on a regular monthly basis for about 4 or 5 months. For a couple of days, I'd have a fever, occasionally. So I was diagnosed with rectal cancer. It came after doing a colonoscopy. They were able to, find the tumor and inform me what I had. The initial reaction was probably worst case. You start thinking worst case. You realize that you're not immortal. That you've got something that you see. I've seen other people pass away from. So your first reaction is worst case. What are you going to do? What's your family going to do? But after meeting with the doctors, you kind of back off and you realize that it can be treated. The treatment I've gone through so far, I've gone through 6 weeks of radiation and chemotherapy, followed by a couple of surgeries, and they removed the tumor itself, which there was no active cancer left in it. And then I did a post follow-up with 4 more months of chemotherapy, and then I've got 1 more surgery to go. There were several side effects that you get from going through the treatment. Chemotherapy tends to make you exhausted, fatigued all the time. You don't have a lot of drive when it comes to doing things, whether it be work-wise or just around the house or going places. I did have a reaction to the radiation. Between the radiation and the chemotherapy, it caused a part of my intestine to swell up, and so then they had to do an ileostomy, bypassing the lower part of my intestine. So those were the 2 probably major things, side effects that I got from the chemotherapy and the radiation. The time period from when I first realized the symptoms to now is just over probably a year, maybe a year and a quarter. December 2010, I knew that I had blood in the stool. I was embarrassed to mention that to a doctor, even talk to the doctor about it. I ended up, then I started having the fevers, and that over the next several months. I was diagnosed May or June 2011. I actually started treatment in August 2011. That's when the radiation and chemo started. And then here we are, April of 2012, and I'm just about ready to wind it up. I'll have my last surgery in May, and that'll be it. There will be, it doesn't really end there. It continues on for the next probably 2, 3, 5 years with continued follow-up, colonoscopies, just tests through with the different doctors. My family, immediate family, is your initial support group. They're the ones that are seeing you go through it and help you with everything. My wife in particular ends up being basically an at-home nurse, just kind of helping you through your down days and your good days and making, helping you through things. Other than that, your support group ends up being everybody that you're involved with, all your friends, all your coworkers. I would get calls from coworkers checking on me. I do a lot with the high school band here, and the band booster club was a great support. I mean, they support us through the holiday period by bringing over food and everything around Thanksgiving time frame right after my big surgery. So your support group really are all your friends and everybody around you. The outlook is good. The tumor, there was no active cancer, which surprised them, left in the tumor when they removed it. I have had a CT scan. I am clear. There was no cancer anywhere else in the system that they could find. And then I've got my reversal surgery coming up here in May. And like I said, from here on out, it's just follow-up treatments. But right now, everything looks really well. You do. It's kind of a funny thing. You have a certain bond that you build with others that have it. Those that have had it in the past are part of your support group because they get to tell you what they went through, and you can explain what you're going through. And it kind of is a check process that what you're going through isn't abnormal. Other people have gone through this and they survived. You also feel for those that are just recently diagnosed or going through the treatment themselves, because you can share what you've gone through, let them know that it'll be okay. There are bad days, there are good days, and let them know that life will continue on, that you'll do just fine. The advice I'd give anybody with, whether it be with cancer or any kind of medical thing, is share everything with your doctor. I mean, I kind of held everything inside and was almost embarrassed to talk about it to the doctor, but I've realized that just like if you take your car to somebody and have them work on the car, if you don't explain everything and you're not in detail, they're not really going to be able to help you. And it's the same with the doctor. They really don't. They're not going to pick apart what you tell them. You just tell them basically what you're feeling, what your symptoms are, and that really helps them diagnose the problem. So don't keep anything inside.
Can't be without you, stuck on you like glue, and like birds of a feather, you and I will fly. You brighten up the day, bring a smile to my face. You're my sunshine when it rains, and I know you're here to stay. And I can't imagine never meeting you. Think I'd be lost, I wouldn't know what to do. 'Cause you make the difference, bring out the best in me, yeah. Without you I don't know where I would be, 'cause you bring out the best in me. Splash of color in my life, in the sparkle in my eye. You hold something new, just being you. You love to be crazy. That's what makes you amazing. Your joy is contagious, and your smile is radiant. I can't imagine never meeting you. I think I'd be lost, I wouldn't know what to do. 'Cause you make the difference, bring out the best in me. Yeah, without you I don't know where I would be. 'Cause you bring out the best in me. Yeah, you bring out the best in me.
You're watching M6, your hometown station, and this is the 2012 Relay for Life Telethon.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the 2012 Marysville High School Relay for Life Telethon, coming to you live from M6 Studios here at Marysville High School. What you just heard was a beautiful selection by Amber Warner. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us, but we do encourage that you would come on down to the high school and take part in all these great festivities. We have Drive a Dodge or the Taste Fest, there's the Mom to Mom sale, really plenty for anybody, and don't forget to bring the kids. Also, if you can't make it, do be sure to call the number at the bottom of your screen now so you can make a donation to the Relay for Life team. Every donation is appreciated, and we couldn't do it without your support. Now let's send it over to Katie, Jesse, and Brooke, and we'll see who they have to interview for us.
Thank you, Charlie. I'm here with Mrs. Hudson from Washington Elementary Kindergarten and Aaron Collard, one of the kindergarten students. How much did you raise for us, Aaron?
$83.80.
That's awesome. Congratulations, guys. Now, Mrs. Hudson, how did you raise that money?
We have a bank in our classroom that the children are free to put pennies in, so most of this came in as pennies. In February, we do a heart health challenge, and for certain activities that they do, they can earn pennies to put in the bank, so they've done that too.
Cool. That's great. Now over to you, Jessie.
Thank you. For our pledges, we start out with Stephen and Regina Stark donating $100 with matching funds from Nordstrom Company. And Paul and Kimberly Shunk donating $60.
We have another pledge here from Beth and Ken Moreski for $100 in memory of Jack Murray. And another $100 from Audrey Denarden in memory of husbands, sisters, and brothers. Back to you, Charlie.
Thanks, ladies. And we really couldn't do without all those great donations. They're all very much appreciated. Now let's throw it over to Craig to hear from our sponsors.
Today's live Relay for Life Telethon is being brought to you in part by a grant from the following M6 Communication Arts partners. Mr. Pita, always serving fast food, not fat food. Stop by 811 Michigan Avenue in Marysville or call 388-1400 to order your favorite pitas and delicious soups. Don't forget to check out the special student deals as well. Our sponsors have supported us over the years. Please consider supporting them. Charlie, back to you.
That sounds great, Craig, and you're definitely right. We could not do it with all our support from our sponsors. Now let's head down to the Commons to see who they have to interview for us.
Thanks, Charlie. Blake again here in the Commons with Mrs. Schmarrow from the Mom to Mom sale. So, Mrs. Schmarrow, what kind of goods are you seeing being sold at the Mom to Mom sale this year?
Oh, all kinds of children and toddler things. There's anything from car seats to little things for the kids to ride on and clothes. There's just lots of things there.
Well, that all sounds really useful. What's the general price range you're seeing on these goods?
Oh my goodness, it starts like anywhere from like 10 cents to probably like $20.
Wow, that's really inexpensive. And what kind of traffic are you expecting to see this year?
Good, there are lots of moms come out, grandmas and grandpas come out. It's just a great place to pick up things for your kids.
Well, that's really good. Over to Katie now.
Hi, I'm here with Matt from Drive a Dodge. What kind of cars will you be having for us today?
We have the Dodge Journey, we have the 2 minivans, and a Dodge Caliber, and the favorite today is the Dodge Charger. And we also have a Challenger on display also.
Wow, okay. And how long will you be here?
We'll be here until 2 o'clock today.
Okay. How old do you have to be to drive these?
You have to be 18 years old or older.
Oh, well, I wish I was 18. So make sure to come on down. Remember, $20 will be donated per test drive. Back to you, Charlie.
Thanks, guys. And like you said, everybody should be sure to come down at some time today and take part in all these festivities. Now let's take a look at our tote board to see how much money we've raised so far. Looks like our new total is $545. Thank you all so much for your donations. They are so very much appreciated. Don't forget to call the number at the bottom of your screen to make one of those donations. Now we'll go to a song from our own Hannah Klein.
This is the 2012 Relay for Life Telethon on M6, your hometown station.
If I don't make it through the night, if I don't get to live my life, do all of the things I never had the chance to do. Do all of the things I said I'd do with you. Go down to the beach with a picnic. Talk to me as you watch the sun. I'll never be too far away. I'll be listening to everything you say. If I don't make it one more year, if I don't get to stay right here, know that I will never lose my love for you. Do all of the things we said we'd always do. Go up to Alaska where it's cold, the coldest place I promised you I'd go. Remember me everywhere you go, with every step you take through the snow. If I don't make it through the night, if I don't get to say goodbye,
Joining us now is Andrea Jones from the American Cancer Society. Welcome.
Hi.
How are you doing?
I'm great. How about yourself?
Good, good. So what is your role in the American Cancer Society?
I work with our Health Initiatives Department. So basically we're in charge of meeting with the different health systems and providing programs and services to cancer patients in the area. My role specifically is Transportation and Lodging Coordinator. So I'm responsible for finding different transportation and lodging resources in the community and negotiating some free and low cost opportunities for our patients. And I also oversee a wonderful program called Road to Recovery.
So tell us a little more about that. What do you do exactly?
Road to Recovery is a volunteer-based program where drivers donate their time and the use of their vehicles to take patients to and from their cancer treatments. So it's really awesome, and we work with a lot of great volunteers.
Yeah, that sounds like a really good idea.
It is.
So how long has this existed?
The American Cancer Society has offered the Road to Recovery program since 1983, and actually I was very, very excited. I just started my role as Transportation and Lodging Coordinator back in December, and one of my first projects was to start the program here in St. Clair County. So we've had it going in St. Clair since March.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
And so, are they all volunteers then?
Yep. All of our program is run by volunteers. We have a couple of volunteer coordinators who do the ride scheduling, and then all of our drivers are volunteers as well.
So, how could our listeners volunteer if they were interested?
Well, actually, they could just contact me. My phone number is 248-663-3485. Or they can email me at andrea.jones@cancer.org. And then what I do is I follow up with them. There's an application procedure that you go through. We do run a criminal background check and a Department of Motor Vehicle check. And then I do a brief 1.5 to 2 hour training to get them ready to go out on the road, and then they're good.
All right. So how does a patient get this service, this transportation service?
Yeah, a lot of times the patients go straight through the health system. We have people at St. Joe Mercy that refer patients, and also at Port Huron Hospital. The other great thing is if it's not offered to you that way, you can call the American Cancer Society's 800 number, which is 1-800-227-2345, and they'll be able to hook you up with the service through that.
And now, are there any qualifications to being the patient?
Yes, there is one kind of major qualification. We do require the patients to be ambulatory, so they do need to be able to walk on their own. Other than that, really, we're willing to help out any patients. And if somebody isn't ambulatory, they can still call that number, and we have a lot of really great reduced and free resources that we can offer to them as well.
All right, that's great. What other services are available for cancer patients in St. Clair County?
Oh, we've got a lot of great things. What we usually ask that the patients do is call the 800 number to kind of receive some of the different information. We have this really great tool called a personal health manager. It's like a plastic accordion file folder, and they'll customize it to the patient's diagnosis, treatment type, and any services that they're kind of in need of. We send that to them free of charge. We also have a great program called Look Good, Feel Better. And what that is licensed cosmetologists meet with women who are undergoing cancer treatments and show them how to do their makeup differently, deal with their hair falling out by drawing on eyebrows, applying false eyelashes, different things like that to kind of help them feel a little bit better about themselves when they go through the journeys. And we have those available at both of the hospitals right here in St. Clair County.
Ms. Jones, thanks for coming in today. It's been a
Thank
pleasure.
you so much for having me.
We hope you can get more involved with this awesome project. And now back to the telethon.
Well, I had a spot at the top of my forehead, and it wasn't going away. And my hairdresser told me I should go see a doctor. So I went. And first he said it was nothing. He gave me some cream to put on it, but it wasn't doing any good. And then I had to come back, and he took a sample. And I went back to him, and he says that I had cancer there. Well, he says I had bad news and good news. He says bad news with that cancer, and good news he can treat it. And he did it in a week's time. But I was there for about 5 hours. They said the first treatment, the first surgery, and then they go back. I go wait for about an hour, and then he goes back and check it out, and he dug in there twice, and he got it all out. Well, it was brown and it was getting kind of blackish. It was first red and then down brown and then it got a little black. But it was like the sun. I never wore a hat or anything. I had little spots on top of my head, but they froze it and it came out. It was cancer free. Everything was. I have to go every 6 months and have it checked. And I've been there for 12 years now, so cancer free. My sister had breast cancer, and I had a couple friends that had cancer, breast cancer, and other stuff. And I really support cancer. I am a survivor for 12 years, and I do a cancer walk when I can walk, and stuff. And we have a cancer walk in June. My advice to have people stay out of the sun too much and have sunscreen, and see any spots, redness or brownness and turning black, see your doctor right away. And you see your family doctor, he'll send you to something they might tell you to, so don't pick on it. And that's about it. I was really fortunate, and I'm grateful.
No idea what he's fighting for. His written words are left unread, and his final prayer is what he said. This so far, you're leading me to believe that I'm already home. It's so far, you're leading me to believe that I won't be alone, that I won't be alone, that I won't be alone.
You're watching M6, your hometown station, and this is the 2012 Relay for Life Telethon.
Hello everybody and welcome back to the Marysville High School 2012 Relay for Life Telethon, coming to you live from M6 Studios right here at Marysville. What you just heard was a beautiful selection from Rob Schweihofer. Thank you everybody so much for tuning in, but we do encourage you to come down and take part in all these festivities. There's Drive a Dodge, the Taste Fest, even a book sale going on, and don't forget to bring the kids because there's plenty for the entire family. Now, we do understand if you can't make it in today, but don't forget to make a donation by calling the number at the bottom of your screen now. Every penny is very worth it, and we do appreciate everything we get. Now, let's throw it over to Caitlin, Jesse, and Brooke to see who they have to interview for us.
Thank you, Charlie. I'm here with
Ryan Baisley.
representing Creative Expressions. How much money did Creative Expressions raise?
We raised $54.57.
Great. And how did you raise that money?
We had a canister in our store, so people just dropped their change into there.
Great. Jess?
Thank you. Our first donation is from Dave and Jan Schmaro, donating $25 in memory of dads and mom. And Vern and Hyleen Smith donating $25 in memory of Ken and Stella Stevens and Jack and Vera Smith.
Kirk and Alan Smith have donated $50 in honor of Terry Meyer and John Pavlo. Back to you, Charlie.
Thanks, ladies. Boy, we do appreciate every donation that we get, and we cannot thank you enough for all your support. Now let's throw it over to Craig to hear from our sponsors.
Thank you, Charlie. You know, without the sponsors, this M6 program and this Relay for Life telethon would not be possible. These sponsors play an imperative role in sort of aiding us with whatever we need, so we'd like to take a brief minute to thank another one of our sponsors. Insurance Specialist Agency, LLC, offering auto, home, boat, and umbrella coverage at the best price possible. For a quote, call the insurance specialists at 388-5100 or stop into the office at 501 Gratiot Boulevard, Suite number 1. You know, Charlie, like I said earlier, we can't owe them any bigger thanks. You know, they do a lot for us, so hopefully people of the community will go and support them just as they have supported us. Charlie, back to you.
Thank you, Craig, and you're definitely right. We could not do this without all the help from our sponsors. Now let's throw it down to the comments to see who they have to interview for us.
Thanks, Charlie. Here I am again in the Commons, this time with Sydney Howard, who's going to tell us a little bit about the talent show. How do you think the talent show went overall, Sydney?
I think it went pretty good. We had a lot of variety of acts this year. There was like dancing and even some musical instruments. It was good.
Yeah, that's good to hear. And how much money do you think the talent show raised?
This year we raised just under $800 for Relay for Life.
Wow, that's really impressive. Yeah. What was your favorite talent show act?
My favorite act was definitely the Teachers Act. They always put on a nice show and it's entertaining. It was good.
Yeah, that one's always a favorite. Over to Katie now.
Hi, I'm here with Mrs. Rail from the face painting table. Why did you decide to help us out today?
Well, because I have a lot of great students, talent, and willing to come out and work with the little kids today, and it's a lot of fun. It's a good cause.
And how much is each face painting?
1 ticket. What a bargain.
Okay, and what kinds of face paintings do you have?
We have 6 pages of designs. We've got dragons and hearts and animals and flowers and bugs, anything you want.
Wow, make sure to stop by and get your face painted. Okay, back upstairs with Charlie.
Thanks, guys. And like you said, be sure to come down, everybody, and take part in all these great activities that we have going on today. Now let's take a look at our tote board. Our previous number was $545. Let's see what our new one is. Looks like we have $870. That truly is great, and we do appreciate all the donations, so be sure to call the number at the bottom of your screen to make that amount go even higher. Now let's go to an interview with Port Huron Hospital.
This is the 2012 Relay for Life Telethon on M6, your hometown station.
I hope you're enjoying the relay. Joining us now is Laura Danke, a dietitian from Port Huron Hospital. Welcome.
Thank you, Zach.
We have learned a lot today about cancer research and programs about healthy eating. Why is it important for our viewers to maintain a balanced diet?
Well, Zach, at Port Huron Hospital, I see many individuals from the community, and I see anyone from as young as 5 years of age until the age of, as old as they become, and they want to see me for nutritional advice. Unfortunately, I am encountering many youngsters that are overweight at a very young age. So we like to try to start educating individuals and their parents on healthy eating habits so that they can live a healthier life and ward off chronic diseases such as cancer, diabetes, cardiac disease. Because for individuals that start out at a very young age being overweight already, they'll likely have a decreased quality of life when they're much younger. So we try to set the path right away to get them back onto healthy eating habits.
Do you hear folks say cancer is more inherited versus lifestyles?
Cancer can be definitely hereditary, and I think most of us probably know someone that has either had cancer, going through cancer treatment, or unfortunately maybe even has passed away from a cancer illness. Heart disease is very prevalent too, and they both can be very hereditary, but both heart disease and cancer unfortunately are increasing because many individuals are overweight, and obesity has been found to have a direct link to cancer. So again, it's just more reason to have a healthy lifestyle and maintain a healthy weight, whether it be in childhood or through adulthood.
As a dietitian, do you offer programs at the hospital to discuss proper diet and prevention?
Yep, we have various programs. We have a children's program coming up even that promotes good nutrition and wellness. Again, I can see anyone through a doctor's order or referral. I can see young kids for food allergies or healthy eating habits. I see many adults for how to eat healthy while battling cancer or battling heart disease. Some folks I see just who are trying to lose weight. Some folks who are trying to actually gain weight. So I see a variety of folks in the hospital.
Do you do private consultations with patients to customize their diet if requested?
Mm-hmm. Yep, often our consultations are done one-on-one for patient confidentiality and privacy, but we also see folks in group settings, whether it be for weight loss, it can be individualized for one-on-one or in group settings. Diabetes, we see folks individually or in a group setting. It's kind of nice. Folks like, some folks just like being one-on-one for privacy reasons. Other folks like the group environment because maybe someone will ask a question that no one else thought about, and it kind of gets question and answer period very enjoyable. So we do both.
Are there similar programs available for students and young people to get them started off on the right foot?
Really, we don't discriminate. It's whoever, the only criteria is that we have to have a physician order for us to see them in the hospital and provide education. And we do go out to the community. Many people ask us to speak at local churches or schools. The YMCA is an excellent partner with Port Huron Hospital as providing education and wellness.
After someone has been treated for cancer, do you find they're more receptive of learning about better eating habits?
I think with all healthy eating, it's definitely something you have to think about every day and practice every day. Because for anyone, I think if you make changes, the longer you can stay with it. I believe it's about 6 months if you're trying to make active changes before it truly becomes a habit. So a lot of individuals can start off being highly motivated for whatever reason to eat healthy, but sometimes it's easy to fall back into old habits, and so again we just try to lure them into the right path again.
Researchers are working to improve our foods, and busy lives are pushing people towards the quick meals. Which one do you believe is winning the fight?
Fast food is everywhere, and unfortunately, a lot of the fast food that's out there still is very unhealthy. I can show you one of the pamphlets that we give to our participants at the hospital is just a fast food guide. And I think a lot of folks just aren't aware of how poor the quality of fast food is. So sometimes when I show them guidelines such as this, it's really an eye-opener. Because many burgers out there, for instance, have 40 grams of fat just in the burger alone. That's without the fries. And a typical woman, for my age for example, only requires 40 grams of fat or less per day. So when someone eats a burger, only one food item that contains 40 grams of fat, it's difficult to kind of be on a healthy path. But there are healthier options that are coming on board with various fast food restaurants. Subway, for example, has a 6-cent sandwich that maybe only contains 5 grams of fat versus 40 grams of fat. So again, it's just becoming educated, knowing what healthier options are out there.
Are there any words of advice you would like to offer our viewers looking to maintain good health?
I'd like to show 2 things, if I may. One is a handout that I always like to provide to our individuals, and it's a program that's available at Meyer. And a lot of folks aren't aware of it, but it's called the New Val program. And often what individuals tell me is, like you mentioned earlier, Zach, they're in a hurry, they have soccer practice, they need meals that are quick. So to go to the grocery store and flip over maybe 4 boxes of different crackers trying to decide which one is the healthiest, Meyer has come up with a program through Dr. Katz, and it's just called the New Val program. And what Dr. Katz did is he went into the store and him and his team rated everything in the store from 1 to 100. 1 being a food that isn't too healthy for you to bring home to your family. And then if a food has a score of 100, it's the healthiest thing you could bring home to your family. So where you will find this item, this number, it won't actually be found on the food item. It won't be on the bag of pretzels or the box of cereal. It'll be on the white label that's on the metal grate, and it's usually always in the left-hand corner. So to give an example, an orange has a score of 100. It's low calorie, it's high fiber, it's low sugar, so it's a very healthy food to enjoy. And you can feel confident when you buy an orange that you're providing your family with a healthy item. On the other end of that spectrum would be, say, orange juice. Not Sunny Delight or Kool-Aid or anything like that, but just 100% pure orange juice. If you look at the score for orange juice, it will drop all the way to about a 40, I believe is the number. And it's just showing you that eating the food in the most natural state gives you the highest number, the most wholesome ingredients, nutrients for the body. And then the more something is processed, or the more sodium is added to it, or the more sugar is added to it, and when the fiber decreases, the scores really start coming down. So I did an example for a group of our individuals. We actually went to Myers and we did a kind of a tour, so to speak. And I pulled some items off the shelf, and I'll give an example because I don't know everything in the store either, but we eat quite a bit of peanut butter at our home. My husband and I have a 10-year-old, and we buy the peanut butter that's not hydrogenated, so the oil rises to the top. So it's just peanuts and salt and then natural oil from the nut. So I believe, I don't know the exact number, but I believe that peanut butter has a score of 30. And you may say, well, why is that score so low? And it's because peanut butter compared to 100, peanut butter pretty much is just pure fat. And so peanut butter will never have a score of 100 because the primary ingredient is fat. But before I did the presentation at the store, I had seen the commercial for Nutella. Have you ever seen that, or have you ever eaten it?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you enjoy it?
It's all right.
Okay. It has quite a bit of sugar in it. But I saw that commercial on television, and I thought, well, you know what? That might give us a change from peanut butter, because I had never tried it or heard of it before. And then I had forgotten about it. Well, I went to the store, and when I was pulling some items off the shelf for our presentation, I saw that Nutella off to the side, and I thought, oh, there's that Nutella. Well, I grabbed it, and do you know what the score is for Nutella? Do you want to take a guess, Zach?
40.
It's lower, it's 3. Nutella is it's not a high quality food. And so I was really amazed. So the first thing I did is I grabbed it and I looked at the ingredients. And the first ingredient, I'm surprised, wasn't even the nut. The first ingredient is high fructose corn syrup. So again, things that are high in salt, high in sugar, low in fiber will have a very low score. So this is something quick and easy that folks can use in the grocery store to help them make healthier selections.
Thanks for all the great information. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you for inviting me.
We hope you are enjoying the telethon. Stay tuned for more.
What's impossible have they forgot? This world keeps spinning, and with each new day I can feel a change in everything. And as the surface breaks, reflections fade, but in some ways they remain the same. And as my mind begins to spread its wings, there's no stopping curiosity. I wanna turn the whole thing upside down. I'll find the things they say just can't be found. I'll share this love I find with everyone. We'll sing and dance to Mother Nature songs. I don't want this feeling to go away. To say I can't do everything, but I can try. And as I roll along, I begin to find things aren't always just the way they seem. I want to turn the whole thing upside down. I'll find the things they say just can't be found. I'll share this love I find with everyone. We'll sing and dance to Mother Nature songs. This world keeps spinning and there's no time to waste. Well, it all keeps spinning, spinning, round and round and upside down. Who's to say what's impossible then can't be found? I don't want this feeling to go away. Please don't go. Please don't go.
You're watching M6, your hometown station, and this is the 2012 Relay for Life Telethon.